Welcome to Smart Remarks, where it was Marie Antoinette who said, "Let them eat cake." She might have been the first tea partier. So the question this week is, how does conservative economics work? That might seem a facetious question, but consider the fact that conservatives, and maybe the Republican Party as a whole, is dedicated to this notion that the welfare state has done nothing but create a culture of dependency, and that as a country we need to cut the welfare state to create true prosperity. Now, this is putting it charitably. You might have seen where House Republicans stripped or food stamps from the Farm Bill because they want to cut food stamps. Too many people are on food stamps! Well, usage is at an all-time high. But why is that? Is it because all across America people are saying, take this job and shove it, I'm going to live a life of leisure on the dole? Or is it because there just aren't many jobs out there, and as a result, a lot of people have no idea where their meal is coming from? If you've got a couple of kids and all that's available is maybe a part-time gig at your local burger joint, you might have a hard time paying your grocery bill. And if we're cutting food stamps, where's the food going to come from? From your local food bank, your local community food bank, which is already overwhelmed with need? In the broader sense, is the fact that more Americans are on the dole now a cause of our economic problems or a reflection of it? And if too many people are on the dole, is the answer to somehow cut back on welfare spending? Does that somehow create prosperity? I don't know that conservatives are arguing that specifically, but they do seem to think that it'll force a lot of people to get off their lazy butts and go out there and get a job. But again, what jobs? What jobs are we talking about? Are there these good, well-paying jobs with good benefits just sitting around waiting to be filled? Or are we talking any job? Go get a lousy job. Maybe it'll be a part-time lousy job. Maybe you'll need 2 part-time lousy jobs, maybe 3 to make ends meet. And maybe even then you won't be able to make ends meet. And because we're cutting back on the social safety net, well, you're just going to be out of luck. Buck up and deal with it. Last week on this show, I talked about the end of jobs and the fact that outsourcing and computerization may lead to an era of permanently high unemployment and underemployment. If that's the case, the need for government aid is going to remain high and could even grow. Yet at the same time, Republicans are trying to cut it. If they're successful, if we do cut it and there are no jobs, what happens? Well, what may happen is that you may see a degree of want in this country that few of us have ever seen. There's going to be millions more people, perhaps, who are going to have no idea where their next meal is coming from. If you cut disability and you cut unemployment, people who have very little money in their pockets already are going to have even less. And this is going to ripple through the economy. We are a consumer economy, and you will have millions of consumers who can consume only less. That's a recipe for even fewer jobs than we have now. So to reduce welfare spending, what you need to do first is create jobs. We could be here all day debating exactly how you do that, but the fact is, if you're going to cut welfare spending before creating jobs, you're creating a condition whereby jobs cannot be created, and the economy can only get worse from there. So let's not put the cart before the horse and run over both of them because we're so resentful of the freeloaders, who in reality are only quote-unquote freeloading because without it, they'd be scratching in the dirt.